Ahsoka Season 1 is finished and I am quite conflicted. Huge spoilers for Season 1, by the way. Now, on one hand, I enjoyed the show. There were some pretty good lightsaber fights and some of the characters were pretty interesting and fun to watch. Some of the characters. I'm looking at you, Ahsoka. Literally the name of the show, and you're the most boring character to watch. On the other hand, the plot was boring, the show dragged out for too long and had a lot of filler. And yeah, the filler was fun to watch, but unfortunately it was just unnecessary and added nothing to the show, and eventually I just didn't care because the scenes just didn't need to be there. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but you know what I mean. I don't like constant filler, okay? It just makes me think I don't need to watch the show because, well, I literally don't. It's pointless. It's just a waste of time. It makes the show stupid. I'm getting off track now. Anyway, the show. It's alright. It's nothing special. It's probably the middle ground of all the Disney Plus Star Wars shows. I say probably because I haven't seen any of the other shows. The only one I've seen is Obi-Wan Kenobi, which was just the absolute biggest piece of shit. But based on what I've heard about, the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian and the ungodly amount of praise Andor gets, Ahsoka definitely sounds like the middle ground of all the Star Wars shows. The characters were easily the best part of the show. Baylan is easily the best character. He has this melancholy and regret to him because he used to be a Jedi and he's actually sad to see them die out. Ray Stevenson brings a great performance. He balances the power, the anger, the regret and the melancholy of his character perfectly. Rest in peace, man. It's just such a shame. We're never gonna see him again after this. Shin Hati was pretty interesting, but she didn't get enough time to develop her character, so I'm pretty excited to see what she's gonna do in Season 2. Sabine was fine. She comes off as annoying and obnoxious at times, but overall she got some pretty good character development, and she's one of the more likable characters of the show. Ezra is immediately likable from the moment he shows up on screen, which, I mean, kudos to the actors. He just did a really incredible job of portraying Ezra. Hu Yang is cool. There's nothing to say about him because he doesn't really matter at all. Ahsoka was definitely the most boring character of the show. I've seen people defending her saying, she's grown up, she's changed, she's lived through so much trauma. She's changed as a person. You expect her to always be the quirky teenager and constantly making jokes? No, I expected her to have emotions. If she's been changed by all the trauma, then portray her as a person broken and haunted by all her trauma, and don't have her deliver every single line flatly and have this face for the entirety of the show that is just completely devoid of emotion. Rosario Dawson is a damn good actress, so I'm not blaming her here. I just don't understand why they told her to act like the robot from iRobot, a 2004 blockbuster starring Will Smith in which he has to beat up a robot because it's the Spectre of Manslaughter, which went on to make $355 million even though everyone agreed it was a piece of shit. No. Thrawn was cool. I have nothing to say about him really. I had my doubts about him at first, but Lars Mikkelsen is a pretty good actor and he did a pretty damn good job as Thrawn. He was an actual menace. Overall, the show's fine. The plot was kind of weak. 1 or 2 episodes just didn't need to be there and drag the show on for too long, but it was entertaining enough that I didn't just dip halfway through the show. I'd give it like a 60%. It was just meh. For me, anyway, because I'm not a Star Wars fan nor a hater. I'm one of those normal people that just isn't invested enough in Star Wars to spend half my day complaining about how awful The Last Jedi is. That doesn't mean I like the film though. I hate it. It is fucking terrible. It's not that bad. Still pretty bad, though. I don't know. Star Wars fans will probably love the Ahsoka show, as they probably already do, since they've already probably watched it, because, they're Star Wars fans. To be fair though, Star Wars fan base is basically a cult.